I'm challenging AI again, but this time it's in my house. Because we're drawing mechs.
There's so much great mech art out there, especially generated from AI. Can this AI teach me something? Or can I school AI? In the comic book industry, I worked on Transformers for quite a while. My most detailed drawing ever series. They are some of my most popular drawings of all time. So mechs are my thing. A friend of mine in the Philippines, he asked me to draw a Gundam for him. It's from Endless Waltz. It's Gundam Heavy Arms. Take a look at this. The giant barrel guns, panels opening, all the rocket launchers. Like, this is me. This is totally in my wheelhouse. There's a lot of fun opportunities when drawing this.
So I can start by doing the layout here. Actually doing the guns first, because I have a tendency to start a very, very detailed drawing and then not have enough paper.
Because I am competing with AI, I will have to detail the sketch as much as I can, more than I usually do. If I look at some AI Instagram accounts, some really nice ones here, and they look hand-drawn. This is a really, really crazy one. I mentioned in a video before, adding details, stick the detail to the joints, and this one actually does that. Yeah, like even this one here, all the extra lines. Oh, wow. Wow, these are crazy. Oh, this is fantastic. Can I try to do better? I'm gonna take everything I found, take my knowledge, and let's see what kind of drawing we could do. Let's go. I'm gonna do a pose very similar to this, standing upright but like kind of floating in space, because I do want a good view of the body. Head turned, I do want the arms up, and I do want the guns pointing directly at us.
I just realized that this pose is very similar to the box art.
Kind of wanted it different for the box art, but that's okay. So I found this AI artist. Look at all the detail in the head. Now, I'm not drawing the head this big, but looking at how it handles all the metal that's shooting outwards on the diagonal, I'll see if I can add a little bit of that into it. But this is a good reference for me, a good piece of inspiration, even though these are original designs. So now I'm gonna go ahead and draw the neck and the shoulders. Couple things, you notice he has these cannons, kind of like where his traps are. Separate them by these longer line plates around it. I might even push back the cannons just so I could add a little bit more detail in the clavicle area of the body, or where a robot would have a clavicle area. Again, just to give it scale. So I'm gonna add all these little tubes and have the plates over the neck cannons. Now we're gonna draw these gun barrels that are inside the body, and this is going to be interesting because I couldn't really find anything AI-wise to reference to draw this, so I'm just gonna do my own thing. I still want it to have the feel of a chest. So I don't want this to look like concaved in, but still have those technical details of the barrels there. So that took a lot of time, and this is gonna take even more time. The inside of the chest plates here. Here we're gonna have these panels that open. There are little things I could take from this. Even in the big plating, the way the little bits of squares and circles are added to it, maybe there's something I could draw from that. I'm going to try to keep the shape of the original design of the heavy arms, but going to add a little bit of detail into it, having it look like the gun barrels would actually fit into those sockets. This is a challenge. Having that now work into the abdomen area. The midsection is pretty much a joint. So if I swing from side to side like this, it twists and turns. So there would be a lot of things going on there, little gears and stuff. For me, it's a big opportunity to add a lot of detail. Question is, could I be getting too carried away here? Because Gundam midsections, they're pretty much simple. My friend Anthony Francisco, the way Kim Feige described it to them. When I'm looking at this drawing and I squint my eyes, does it have the same feel of heavy arms? And that's how I know the detail that I add doesn't interfere with the overall design. This guy's got a lot of rockets. As I get to the legs, he's got them in the front of the hips, on the side of the hips. They have a distinct look to them. I want to up it just a little bit. Again, I want it to have the feel of the rockets you do see in the anime, but I want to just level it up, add my own details by adding more lines here, adding a few more circles inside, maybe add little bits of gack around it, just to kind of soup them up a little bit. Though I also know I'm going to be drawing a lot of these things, so not too much where I have to draw the same thing over and over and over again. I'm telling you, this is the first and last time I draw heavy arms. I ain't drawing this thing again. So I gotta be very selective in how much detail I put in the shoulders. I might leave the detail a little bit sparse so I have a little bit of leeway. If I wanted to draw over it, I still can. Because as you can see here, it actually opens. It has two doors. and it takes up a lot of space. I'm going straight to ink here. So if I don't draw this properly, I could lose space for the actual arm cannons. That's as far as I'm gonna get for the shoulders. Let's get to the actual arms itself. These arms are coming straight at us. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge because I don't have an ellipse guide that is that size. I will have to fake it. Now, one good thing about adding a lot of detail is sometimes it actually will help me disguise that the circles aren't perfect. It's a trick of the trade. If you're experienced, and again, I can't stress enough, if you're experienced, if you understand the way perspective works, because I could say that these plates are kind of shifted out a little bit here and there. It needs to get close. Don't get me wrong, it needs to get close. If there was less detail, I probably will need to get something, maybe in Photoshop print out the shape and kind of trace it. Well, you guys be the judge. Did it get away with it or not? Or does it look wonky? Let me know. So the way that I'm gonna approach the gun barrels is keeping both sides looking like the proper perspective here. Now this is the tricky part. Usually what I like to do is I'll attack the edges first. So the top edge, the bottom edge, and then all the little lines in between, I just gotta make sure that they feel right. That's usually how I tackle the perspective without having to draw a vanishing point. Sometimes it makes me think too much. If I could just get the outer lines correct, then the inside ones I could go a lot faster. This challenge didn't shake me as much as the Spider-Man one did. When I was drawing the Spider-Man one, I was much more self-conscious trying to compete with the AI generated art out there. These AI images are fantastic. But when it comes to drawing mechs, that's me. That's my wheelhouse. I've been doing it forever. I was more confident in this one because I've done before. The connection of the barrels to the mount that he's holding with his hand, I'm gonna play with that a little bit. Sometimes they have a little piece of metal that covers the top. Maybe I'll play with something like that and detail up the metal a little bit. Sometimes there's gears going on inside there. Maybe I can even make it look like the guns could swivel if they really wanted to. There's an opportunity there. So there's little things I could do to kind of make this my own. I saved the arms and the hands for last because I knew they would be overlapped by the giant gun barrels in the front. I don't have to get too detailed in here. There's already so much going on in this drawing. Again, if I take a step back and I squint my eyes, does it still feel like heavy arms would be in the enemy? I will draw the upper knee because I do like the detail I see in the AI drawings. So for example, this particular one here, this white and gold, you see the type of detail that's in the legs and in the knees? Yes. But look at all the little gears that are on the sides of the legs and in the front. I definitely want that kind of feel when it comes to my drawing. Could I have done a similar image without the AI? I think yes, but mainly because I had so much experience drawing mechs. There are a lot of things that I wouldn't have drawn if I didn't look at the AI generated images. It was great for inspiration. In terms of quality, this is the way I like to draw it. Maybe somebody doesn't like this type of detail on their mechs, and that's totally fine. That's really up to the viewer. So I had so much fun drawing this. What did you guys think of the drawing? What did you guys think of the AI that I showed? Please do subscribe and let me know your thoughts on AI. Let me know and let me know. I'll see you next time.